The downfall of Conor McGregor, from UFC King to public enemy? Is this question the truth that all combat sports fans around the world are trying to ignore? We all know that Conor McGregor was the true face of the UFC, but he suddenly transformed into someone making headlines for scandals, legal issues, and behavior that has nothing to do with sports. Starting with street trouble, where Conor was involved in violent clashes in pubs in Ireland, all the way to serious allegations of physical assault. These events were not just minor disputes. They became cases presented before the courts. If we add to that, we find sensitive allegations of sexual assault that have been reported by the international press, which have made many fans ask the question, where is his career heading? And of course, we cannot forget the tumultuous lifestyle, which has become known for excessive alcohol consumption and appearing in public with erratic behavior. This is what has made people see Conor as a completely different person, from the champion who used to crush his opponents with intelligence inside the Octagon. Dublin, 2012. Conor did not look like a champion. He looked like a rebellious young man. He saw in the mirror, not a plumber, but he saw the world champion. When he entered the mixed martial arts union, he did not respect the protocols. He would enter the arena as if he were a king. His hitting of Jose Aldo in 13 seconds was not a coincidence, but it was planning for the opponent's psyche before his body. At this stage, Conor turned the union into a huge business. People started paying money to see the show, and not just the fight. He would do smart, provocative talk, provoking the opponent to commit mistakes. This intelligence is what made him headline global magazines and become the true face of mixed martial arts. But the ego, when it grows, it becomes a prison. The bus incident in Brooklyn in 2018 was the turning point. Conor was no longer convinced by official matches. He wanted to set his own law. Throwing the chair at the bus was a moment of mass madness. Dana White, who used to defend him always, seemed shocked. Here, the audience started asking, is Conor no longer able to control himself? Did fame give him the right to do whatever he wants? This moment did not only affect his career, it affected the image of the union as a whole. Conor turned from a hero into problems that the police pursue. After the bus, we entered the swamp. The pub incident in Dublin, when he hit an elderly man, was the big shock. This is not an arena. This is a street. People who used to call him the legend became seeing him as a bully. Add to that sexual assault accusations, which made even fans of the union raise ethical questions. Global companies like Reebok and Budweiser started pulling back. These cases made his legacy threatened. Reputation in mixed martial arts takes years to build and a second to lose, and Conor, unfortunately, wasted years of respect in moments of recklessness. Technically, Conor is no longer that machine. When you watch his match with Poirier, you find Conor missing the timing and distance that used to distinguish him. Staying up late, alcohol, and the lifestyle on yachts steals from you the reflexes. The training camp is no longer the priority. Conor now appears in videos talking, swearing, doing a live broadcast on the X platform. But is he still a fighter? His fighting techniques started to die. The fighter who used to crush opponents with striking has become looking like a faded image of Conor in 2016. This is not a physical decline only. This is a sharp mental decline. Conor McGregor in 2026 is not the Conor we knew before. Today, the King returned with a studied, calm, and dangerous plan. His statements in the recent interviews no longer limited to empty, provocative talk, but he became speaking the language of strategy and controlling the reins of matters. Conor confirms now in every interview that his return is a settling of scores with the self before being with the opponents. He says literally, I did not return to be a part of the mixed martial arts union. I returned to be the union itself. This sentence means that Conor has a hand in every small and big thing, from choosing the opponents reaching to the conditions of the match. Conor's plan in 2026 is built on sporting intelligence. Instead of wasting his energy in provocation, he focused in his trainings on strengthening the endurance, which was his weak point in the matches he lost. He plans to return to the weight he feels comfortable in, which gives him maximum speed and strikes. Conor realizes that the return must be with style, and he no longer risks with the showmanship that used to waste his energy. The expected match against Max Holloway. The biggest event the world talks about now is the expected match against Max Holloway. This match is not a coincidence. Conor realizes that Holloway is the ideal opponent, who represents the real test for any champion. Max Holloway, known for the density of his strikes and his high ability to endure, is the challenge Conor is looking for to prove that the precision of his strikes is still stronger than any ability to endure. In the interviews, Conor always hints that this match is the second version of history. He knows that Holloway has developed a lot, but Conor relies on muscle memory and the gaps he knows in Holloway's style from their old match. Conor is training now on the counter strikes that will make Holloway hesitate in every movement he performs inside the arena. This match in 2026 will be very different. Conor wants to prove that he is the smartest fighter in history and not just the strongest fighter. Holloway represents the modern style of fighting, and Conor represents experience and cunning. Conor's plan is clear: to drag Holloway to the trap he knows how to set and settle the match with one decisive blow. The fans are asking, will this plan succeed? Is the real Conor still present? The answer will be in the arena. Conor McGregor is not looking now for money. He is looking for the final recognition that no matter how time passes and no matter how problems increase, he will always remain the biggest danger that threatens any person who stands in the arena in front of him.